We have lots of serious weather that will be impacting the United States, from hurricanes, nor'easters, temperatures that are very warm, sometimes very cold, depending on where you are, and more today. This is Mesocapital Weather Association, and we are going to dive into the 7-day forecast. To start, we have tropical storm Jerry right now, which looks pretty decent. And it's going to be tracking its way up and around Bermuda, so it should not really impact Bermuda that much at all. And then over here we have Tropical Storm Karen, who's going to be asking to talk to his manager later. This is what it looks like on RegioSat, and you can see the curvature there, so pretty nice looking storm. If we go over to infrared, it doesn't really look like a whole lot, just some clouds, and really not very impressive at all. We do have some other impressive things that will be impacting the United States very soon, and this is what we like to call a nor'easter. Even though this nor'easter isn't going to be bringing snow, it is going to be impacting the U.S. With some very high winds, up to 60-mile-an-hour winds along the coast. So this is what our thing is. We got a 1,000 millibar low pressure system, and this is going to bring lots of rain over along the coast. And as it moves up, we can see that it'll move all the way down there from Florida up to New York and get down as low as 998 millibars, which is pretty strong. So the biggest area of concern when it comes to wind is going to be anywhere along North Carolina up to Massachusetts Bay Area and even New York. And let's go look at that. To start, here's what our wind could look like. Some places along the coast could see as high as 30 knots, which is about 35 to 40 miles an hour. And then as it continues up north, it's just going to be very windy along the coast, especially along the beaches where we're going to see lots of wind. Like over here in the ocean, it's going to reach 60, 70 miles an hour. But anywhere, if you live anywhere along the coast, it is going to get pretty windy anywhere along here. In Massachusetts, it's not going to get too bad, just around 30 miles an hour top speed. But you still got to be paying really close attention to that, and it's also going to bring lots of rainfall as well. To get a better idea of what's going to be happening, let's look at our 500 millibar mid-level atmosphere wind survey, which will tell us where high pressure is. So right now we have high pressure building here in Texas. We have a low pressure system that's very small just north of Wisconsin, and a large low pressure system over here. This low pressure system that's over Wisconsin is going to move towards New York. We're going to have a low pressure system go over California and then inject over the Rockies, where we could see a return of severe weather over here in between the plains, Kansas, all the way up to North Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. And then we can have another one of those again hit and cause severe weather in the same exact area. Let's go look at what the temperatures are going to be like. For today, we can expect pretty cold temperatures over there in Iowa, going into Minnesota, North Dakota, Wisconsin, as low as 40 degrees. Some places could see freezing temperatures in Minnesota. Then out here in Texas, we are going to see lows in around 60, so not too bad. And then in Maine, and Oregon, California, and Washington could see some freezing temperatures. Tomorrow, which is Saturday, we will be seeing 90s. From Texas all the way up to Kansas, and then it's going to feel pretty nice from South Dakota and Montana all the way down there towards Georgia on almost a straight line, and highs in the Northeast could be as high as 60 all the way up to 67 degrees. And then for a low, we can see freezing temperatures basically all the way from Washington to California, all the way to Colorado and Montana. On Sunday, we do see a little bit of a heat wave impacting the Midwest again, all the way up there into South Dakota. And this is going to bring 80s and upper 70s from Texas all the way up there to South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, Kentucky, down there towards Florida, before another cold front moves through and starts cooling down upper Midwest. From Monday night into Tuesday, we could see lots of cold temperatures, freezing temperatures from upper Minnesota all the way back there towards Montana. And we also are going to be looking at the possibility of some snow here soon. And so other than that, it's going to be pretty nice if you live anywhere besides Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. throughout the next 7 days. Even though it's not going to feel too bad, it's still going to be very above average when it comes to temperatures overall. We are seeing above average temperatures from Texas all the way up there towards Minnesota, and then below average temperatures in the Northeast and the West Coast of the United States. For today, when it comes to rainfall, it's going to be very mid because we have a lot of high pressure systems and not really a whole bunch of low pressure right now. There is going to be lots of rainfall, like we said earlier, from Florida up towards the Massachusetts Bay Area because of this nor'easter, but it's not going to be too bad, just lots of rainfall and also some 40 or 50 mile an hour winds. On Sunday, we could see a return of snowfall there from Washington all the way to Montana. Lots of snow is expected from a pretty strong low pressure system. And then it's also going to bring isolated rainfall from Texas, Iowa, all the way up into Canada, Nebraska, Illinois, all around that area. And then it's going to be pretty quiet again before we start seeing more low pressure systems later on throughout the year, which brings the possibility of more showers again in about 7 to 9 days. But it's going to be pretty quiet after this nor'easter. We are hinting at up to 5 inches of rainfall along the coast and the Massachusetts Bay Area, along with lots of rainfall over there from Mexico, Arizona, and New Mexico because of a hurricane that will be running into the continental United States, which is going to bring lots of moisture and heavy downpours. And because of that, we have a moderate, which is a rare 3 out of 4 risk of excessive rainfall encompassing parts of Arizona and Utah today. Tomorrow, which is Saturday, there is a slight risk encompassing Arizona, Colorado, Utah, and New Mexico. On Monday, we do have another slight risk. So it's going to be very rainy over the next few days. And if we look at our 72 hours, this is from now until 72 hours. Ending on Monday, we can see areas as high as 5 inches of rainfall. So that's why we do have a moderate risk. And flood watches affect for most of these areas. Other than that, we're not seeing a whole lot of other stuff going on right now in the continental United States. Stay safe there if you're along the East Coast. And hopefully, if you do see any snow, it's not too much because we shouldn't see more than a few inches, depending on exactly where you are. If you want to support us, feel free to check out our sponsors, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Comments really help boost the YouTube algorithm and continually watch these forecasts. If you have an area you'd like me to cover, please leave it down in the comment section. I hope you have a wonderful day.